What is going on, Millennial Morticians? Welcome back for another episode of this incredible podcast. As you can see, it's raining where I am, but hopefully you guys are high and dry wherever you are at. Welcome to this week's episode. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the love and support during last week's episode and during that sponsorship. I'm so excited and looking forward to working with Champion, and I look forward to having them back on so many more episodes. The title of today's episode is Rise Up Champion. I got this title because, last week inspired me and it inspired so many of you. So thank you for all the love and all the comments that you guys placed in that video. It's going to be an incredible partnership, and there's going to be some amazing things you have to look forward to. And please come to NFDA. I hope to see you guys there as well. So let's rise up today, champions. I got this title because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of you guys watching this podcast, and you have something you're working towards, a goal you want to see happen, a thing, whatever it is, whatever that thing in your life is that you want to see grow and you prosper in it. And first thing is first, what I've realized is you have to understand that you are a winner. You are a champion, and there's nothing that you cannot do. And so once you get that understanding, once you wrap your mind around that concept, then you take life and you take the things that you do and who you are differently. You're different. When somebody wakes up in the morning and they feel like they've already lost, or they feel defeated, or they feel like there's no value there, they have a lot more to overcome throughout the day because they woke up in a way or in a mood that doesn't make them feel like they're winning. And so this week, I want you guys to really focus in, really keen in on growing your mindset of who you are and believing in yourself and knowing who you are. And the truth of the matter is, if nobody told you today, last week, last month, or last year, the truth is you're a champion. And the world wants you to think, the people around you want you to some people around you want you to think that you're not a winner, you're not a champion. And that is far from the truth. Everyone who watches this podcast, who's connected to this podcast, who's a part of this audience, who knows somebody that watches this, you guys are all winners. You're all champions. You're all going to win in whatever you do in this industry. And even outside of this industry, you're going to win at it. And some things just take time, and there's a process to how things operate and how they're done. And so you have to be able to develop a platform, develop something that you love and that you enjoy to do, and really feed your energy, feed your soul, your mind, your body, and your spirit with something that's positive, that's enlightening to you, and put people in your circle that are around you that want you to win. One thing I've noticed about this industry, and it's so true, is that the older generation sometimes will put roadblocks in the way or make it very hard for people to get in this field and really be able to change things and make a difference and overcome. And I've seen a lot of people just really get defeated over the years because they don't feel like things can ever really change. And the fact of the matter is, the people that want to come in this industry, you guys are champions and you guys have some great ideas and you guys are going to definitely make a change, and it's already starting to happen now. And the people who aren't ready for change, they're going to try to hold you back from making a change as long as possible. But you knowing who you are and what you're capable of doing and the mindset you have to understand that there's nothing that you can't do. You can do anything you put your mind to in that funeral home. Anything you can put your mind to as an embalmer, as an artist, as everything we have to be, because I want us to start breaking out of the title of who we are. We're not just funeral directors. We're not just embalmers. We're not just counselors. We're not just ministers. We're so much more than that. And you can't put a title on a calling. And whatever we do in the funeral home is a calling. If it's from driving the limo or it's just from helping out in the office, any part of being in that building takes a calling, because this is the only industry, the only job where you can be physically tired, mentally tired, emotionally tired. This is the only field that I can think of where you have that all around. Just it takes all of you to do this, if that makes sense. It takes absolutely all of you. So you have to give your 100%. And I've just seen a lot of people recently in our industry who maybe just started out or in the middle of it, and they just feel a little bit, I've just noticed they just feel a little defeated. And so this week I'm encouraging you all, just stay positive. I know what we do is really it's challenging because you're around sadness all the time and things of that nature. But in your mind, in my mind, I'm constantly reminding myself, I'm a champion, I'm a winner, I'm called to do this. I'm a champion, I'm a winner, I'm called to do this. And if you start believing those things and you put those things into practice, oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless for what you can do. But it's all in your mind. It's all about changing your mind to believe the good that's out there and the good that you can bring to the world and to this industry. And there's going to be things that try to overtake what you're doing. And there'll be things where you feel like, I'm not making that big of an impact, but that little impact is making a big impact. And so having faith in yourself, believing in yourself, there's going to be times where other people don't believe in you, people in your funeral home don't believe in you, your competition don't believe in you. But the point of the matter is, as long as you believe in you, that's what matters. And realize this you don't just become funeral service overnight. You just this stuff doesn't just, and I had to teach myself this over the years. This stuff doesn't just happen overnight. This stuff takes time. Everybody who's watching this podcast, friends, family, my audience, we are funeral directors and morticians and embalmers and owners that want to marinate in funeral services. We're not a quick byproduct. We don't do things quick here on this podcast. We give gifts and talents time to marinate and become something great. And that's what makes a okay funeral home different from a great funeral home. Because a great funeral home realizes the value in sitting, waiting, and marinating and whatever is going on in the industry, and not just being so quick to dodge what's coming next. I would hate to be in an industry where everything was exactly the same no matter what, and there was really no change happening. That wouldn't be fun for me. I need something that's going to indulge me, something that's going to help me grow, help me exceed and excel in whatever I choose to do. And that might be you. You might be the start of that for somebody in their industry. You might be the start of that for your family. If you're just trying to open up a funeral home, so let yourself marinate. Nobody wants a TV dinner funeral home. They want somebody that knows what they're doing, what they're talking about, somebody who's professional, who's not just all over the place. They want somebody who's organized with structure in place. And I want you guys to realize this. Something great takes time. It takes time. Now, you can be at the beginning of it and still you are a champion. But to get great takes time. You have to sculpt that trophy that you are. Everybody's trophy is different. Everybody's championship is different. All of our stuff doesn't look the same. So you have to give your time. You're being sculpted constantly. I don't want to look like the same champion I was last year. I want to increase. I want to be an even better champion. I want to compete with even more people. So it's always about growing and leveling up in so many different areas of your life and trying to be better, go from best to better to great to greater. That's the key. And don't be selfish with your awards. Whatever you have, whatever somebody else wants to learn from you, whatever somebody else wants to do with you, or say, hey, can I come in and visit? Hey, be open and teach people this great industry. There's such a morale around us not teaching the next generation. And I want us to be okay with teaching people and encouraging people, because that's the only way this thing called funeral services is going to survive into the next 10, 20, 30 years. We have to be willing to share our gifts and our trophies and our accolades with people and learn from it and grow from that. And not only that, let's build on it. I mean, like I said, Champion Embalming Company, they do that great. They built on something great, and they're continuing to build on something great. You guys be sure to check them out. But their Champion is the perfect idea and the perfect company I can compose around being a true champion. They really encompose what winning looks like. What's a vision, and their vision at NFDA, like you heard last week, is a journey. And so as we all go on this journey, as we all have a vision, as we all want to be champions, we have to be able to first listen to the people around you. We have to be willing to grow, and we have to be willing to wait sometimes. And although waiting can suck, and hearing your boss, nag at you sometimes may suck, having silence and waiting and being patient, waiting on your time to thrive and to go, waiting on your opportunity to win your championship is so worth it in the end. So guys, that concludes this week's episode. I encourage you to rise up, champions, this week. Well, I'm your host, Jaden Folks, and this is another incredible episode of Millennial Mortician. a podcast that engages. You guys stay blessed, stay encouraged, keep winning, keep rising up. I want to hear the stories about what you guys did next week. You guys have a blessed one. I look